I think everyone always says, I don't chase, I attract. If everyone don't chase, right, then how to get together?
For the longest time, I kept attracting the wrong people because it's true. I was not even filling my own cup. I was just trying to drink from people's cup.
Hi everyone and welcome back to the Hot Pod where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q.
I'm Joey.
I'm Nick, and today we have a very special guest joining us all the way from KL. We have Maggie.
Hi!
Hello.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, I guess to those of you who don't know who I am, I think that's most people. I'm Maggy Wang. I am a host, podcaster. I have my own podcast as well called Head Over Heels. I'm also a content creator and also, I feel like so many things.
Multifaceted.
No, I don't want to be master of none, but I also own a fitness boutique studio in KL called
Wow.
Motion Lab.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next time we go KL, we
Yes,
visit.
please
Yeah.
come. Give your free passes to work out.
Need to
Oh my
offset
God.
So
the
no
nasi
excuse.
lemak by going
Yes,
to Motion Lab.
Village Park Nasi Lemak.
Dang. All right. Today's topic that we're going to talk about is something that's more common these days, and it's being single in your 30s around your married friends. So Maggie is single in her 30s. Are you around a lot of married friends?
Yeah, or getting married. Like lots of fiancés and wives and husbands. Yeah, definitely.
Q is approaching her 30s.
Yes, 2 more years.
Can I say something? Like, this is like my first time saying that I'm single on such a public platform that will live on the internet forever.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know how I feel.
Anxious?
A little bit, like my heart is beating, not out of my chest. It's like beating very gently, like, okay, let's do this.
We'll ease into it.
We're honored to be,
The platform.
yes.
Yeah, that you are announcing.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, I think it's quite interesting that you mentioned that because it seems like, and we'll get into that in a bit as well, but like relationship status is something that it seems like it's very personal and like people are a bit unsure, like, oh, how should I guard this? Especially when you are in the spotlight like yourself.
Social media.
Yeah. I mean, for if you are new to the podcast, Joey and I are very boring. We are married. As in, not to each other.
Not, we,
But like, yeah.
we need to clarify this every episode.
Yeah.
You know what? You
are-
have new listeners every episode. Yes, do clarify.
Yeah.
we are separately married to like other people.
Yeah.
I heard you guys said it in many episodes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Because the title you just said, around your married friends, we're literally around
Oh my
married
God,
people.
yeah.
We're surrounded.
Pillars.
Yeah.
And you are,
Single for 5 years.
that's a long time.
Wow.
I mean, I've dated around, but officially single for 5 years. I haven't been in a
Nice.
relationship since
For
then.
5 years, there has not been someone that you'd be like, this is my boyfriend.
Okay.
Correct? Not in that tone, but
This one, my boyfriend.
this one my boyfriend, or like I haven't been in love since
Ah.
then. Yeah.
Only infatuated for a little bit. And
Correct.
like, okay, bye.
How about you, Maggie?
Oh, I'm very single. Oh my god, so weird saying that out loud. And I'm also not looking. Like I feel like I'm in this phase of my life where, you know what? I have never been single for a long time. Like when I was younger, I'm always hopping into relationships.
Different parts of relationships.
No, really, I was. I call it the serial relationshipper.
Oh.
I think you and Joey and me are
Yeah.
quite similar.
Really? So before you got married?
No, you love love.
Oh, love. I'm a lover.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
love.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I f***ing love love.
Like when you're single, you just want to be in love like ASAP.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right.
But not
Yeah.
anymore. I used to be like that. Like when I was single, maybe at 21, I'm just, the moment I'm out, I'm ready. Who wants me in? Like, you know what I mean? Like right away, I will be seeking and seeking. I was seeking with an empty heart.
Oh.
And I always meet the wrong people. I get my hearts broken so many f***ing times. Silly me.
You know what? I feel like you're in such an exciting space because you're learning to like fall in love with yourself over and over and over again.
Something I
Yeah.
never got to do. And you know what? I never knew I could do,
Right.
honestly. Because do you feel the way?
I think
Cute.
I've always yearned or wanted to fall in love. Like you said that the three of you guys are more similar, right? But I've always wanted to be in love.
Oh, sorry. Sorry for
I feel
leaving
very
you out.
excluded. eh.
Oh my God.
Q also love love.
I want. But I think for me, it's similar to what you just said. For your early 20s, for example, like I got my heart broken quite a few times, and then I'm more guarded in that sense.
Yeah.
And we talked about this in one episode where are we in the market? Are we like looking? Or are we like buying groceries? You know? I'm
Oh.
strolling through the
Yeah,
market.
window
you know?
shopping lah for now.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
No, my door is closed.
Not even going to
You
the
at
market.
home, you at home.
You at home.
Got people drop off
You
some
read mine
groceries
also.
lah.
Yeah.
But I don't take the groceries, you know.
You're
Like,
like-
I leave it to raw. I don't care. I'm not interested.
You
to see.
say I never order.
Yeah.
No, wrong delivery. Yeah.
Okay, so since we're talking about single food, right? There's this Reddit thread. Let's just start with that, okay?
Sure. Oh, I love your Reddit threads. So good.
So the topic says, so is being single in your 30s the wasteland everyone makes it out to be?
The wasteland everyone makes it out to be.
Someone replied, it's a wasteland for women, it's an oasis for men, provided you've got your shit together. If you take care of your body, earning decent, stable bank, you're fishing with dynamite. Wow.
For men.
Wow.
Okay, let's start off with, do you think that is a wasteland?
Not at all. Because you can still be in a relationship and not be happy. And just can't wait to divorce and wish you didn't get married so soon. So, like, who are we to say it is a wasteland just because you're single? If you choose to be single, that's not a bad thing.
The KL dating pool good or not?
Actually, I don't know. I'm not really looking, so I don't know. But guys, if you know, let me know in the comments down below.
Q says it's a rough time in Singapore.
Really?
I think it's...
I'm not sure if I'm into a Singaporean man. No offense.
Hey, non taken, it's okay.
Please.
She's
like,
only
all
men.
Singaporean I just want to make sure.
Yeah, all
Like,
Singaporean
I had a
men
bad
are like
experience,
that.
that's why.
Ah.
Really bad experience.
We do not claim him.
Yeah,
Don't
please.
claim.
We do not
Deport
claim.
him.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, revoke the passport.
Okay, so I always describe it as it's rough out there. Only because I think it's harder to date these days. The paradox of choice,
Yeah.
dating apps.
Yeah.
I think everyone always says, I don't chase, I attract. If everyone don't chase, right, then how
Yeah.
to get together?
Yeah, it's
So
true.
it's that mentality that a lot of people have, which is great because it's a very empowering mentality, right? But at
That
the
makes
same
you a bit
time,
passive also, right?
correct.
And everyone passive, then you're right. No one's doing the work, right?
But it's interesting what you were saying. Like, we were talking about this, and I just thought of something. People are choosing themselves now. But most of the time, if you say, oh, I've been single for so long, so and so, right? The elderly will say, you need to drop your standards lah. Like, why
Oh
must
my
be you
God,
too
yeah.
picky, or must be you
It's like
ask for
my
too much,
problem.
right? I'm like, why should we lower them to find?
Or they'll say, find a rich man. Or like, just find a good man. Decent man can already. Just
Yeah,
settle-
it's like
settle
so
down.
easy, huh?
I feel like also, you know, especially with the older generation, sometimes they also judge that like, oh, these people, they like partying. They like having
Right.
fun. They cannot settle down with one guy or girl.
They
I
always
know what you
assume
mean.
that it's a
They assume.
problem
Yeah.
that lies with you. Like,
Yeah.
is it like you cannot like that lah, girls? Guys don't like this kind of thing. I've been told before, like, oh, you shouldn't dress the way you dress, or you got tattoos like that, or your piercings. You sure next time your husband won't mind? And I'm like, then he won't marry me. What if he minds? That's not my problem, right?
Actually, then is there a difference between like, do people look at single men in their 30s differently from single women
Yes.
in their 30s?
Yeah.
Oh, for
absolutely.
sure.
Maggie, maybe you
I
should
think
share.
they would think that the man is now a very eligible bachelor. But would they look at a woman in her 30s the same way? Probably not, really. Let's be honest.
They see her as expired. Like,
Left
your
on
clock
the
is
shelves.
expiring.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you can't give birth.
So it really is how you portray yourself. I'm really trying to break that narrative right now with the work that I do, like the content that I put out and like my podcast, with the conversations that we are having. I really hope that more people, because of this fear, I feel like a lot of people stay in bad relationships.
That's true.
Yeah. I think the kid thing is the main difference. Cause like,
What do you mean?
if you're a lady, right, or a woman, right, then there's this notion
sure.
that like, oh, you need to faster settle down cause optimal
For
like,
sure.
birthing years, right?
Yeah.
It's like your by the time you're
35-ish.
30, no later than 35.
Yeah.
So they expect you to like by the time you are 30 to be like settled down anywhere. As a guy, I have heard of like friends who are in their early 30s and then they say like, I'm single, focusing on my career, right? Wow, nobody bats an eyelid. Wow, good. This guy gonna be up there, gonna be CEO
Fortunate.
next time.
Speaking of that, a man in his 30s prioritizing his career is seen as like a successful, like driven man. But
But-
a woman who prioritizes her career is seen as power hungry, bossy, or like too difficult to deal with. That's why you are a boss, because you cannot listen. Like, why is there this disparity? I don't understand that.
Then that brings me to my other point, right? Which is it because our parents' generation, right, they more tolerant of being in a miserable relationship?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think for sure.
So I was speaking to a friend about this, and she basically found out that her husband cheated on her.
Okay.
And she went to his mom about it.
Oh.
And his mom said, back then when I was younger, uncle also cheated on me, but what can I do? I'm a woman. All I can do is stay at home. I wait for him to come home and make sure dinner's on the table. And I got very angry at first. But the more we think about it, she never had access to education. She has no money or education to fight for herself or fend for herself, let alone like even after the divorce. And then she will lose everything. So I think it's very different. And for us now to look back, I'm like, wow, I cannot imagine
being in
that.
that.
Because she's trying to reason with my friend saying like, does he still give you money? Or like, does he still take you out to dinner? If he does, then just keep quiet. You want your life to change? Like you want to ruin such a happy marriage. But the happy marriage is outside.
It's an exterior, it's a facade, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess our generation is trying to break that cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, for women, back then, the life trajectory is always like, just be a housewife.
Yeah.
But I think now, more so than ever, we are more in control of our careers. That's why there's a difference in this generation, I guess.
For sure.
Do you feel the pressure right now, since you're 31, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
31. No, I don't feel the pressure right now. In fact, I feel so liberated.
What about family and friends?
My mom was a little like shocked at first. And then shortly a few months later, so when you gonna get married? I'm like, Mom, stop it. I come from a broken family. My mom gave birth to me when she's like, I think 23. But, unfortunately, her marriage didn't work out. So I really kind of like educated her. I wasn't really like scolding her. I was like, Mom, think about it. Like, it was a three-way conversation between me, my mom, and my sister. My sister is also single. Like, Mom, you weren't in a happy marriage. Look at you. We were like, Mom, look at you.
Yeah.
She's like, never mind lah. Then you slowly find You have 你开心就好了，最重要啦。我不要你不开心。
Happy
Like,
can
it's
already.
true at some point, but of course it took my mom many years to learn that. And if no one ever told her, give her some story to kind of like picture it for her, she wouldn't understand,
And
right?
perspective.
Perspective, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm glad my mom now no longer kind of chased me for it. She's like, happy or not? I'm like, good. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
That's
You,
true.
But
No.
having said that, sorry,
No.
there is one thing that I grieve a little. I've always wanted to be a young married person without kids yet. Like I want to be married for like 2-3 years, like our honeymoon for as long as we want without kids first,
Think
and
life.
then plan for that. But I do think that if I plan to be single for maybe a year more or 2, then if I were to be in a relationship, I don't think I can just be too carefree for too long because my womb's time is ticking, not me, right?
Actually, I do have one of my aunts, right? She gave birth at, I think, 48. Huh? And her pregnancy was super smooth. Like,
That's awesome.
no mood swings, no like physical pains and things like
Is
that,
that
right?
possible though? Because, menopause is also around that age.
Yeah, so after that kid, right? 2 years after she gave birth,
Right.
menopause.
Okay.
But then
Wow.
she managed to just like sneak it in.
That's
Wow.
so good.
But then she was super like fit and healthy like throughout. So she really takes care of herself, eats well, exercise a lot. Her 3rd trimester, she went to like climb a mountain.
Wow.
Wow, it's really Yim Jean eh.
What's Yim Jin?
His family.
Yim,
Yeah.
Why your Jean? Yeah.
Then
Yim Jin.
like
I thought it's a brand.
A brand.
confinement, right? She confinement like 2 or 3 weeks, then like 4 weeks go and climb another mountain already.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think the main takeaway here is to not rush into it just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, all you can do really is to take care of yourself and your own health.
For sure.
To make sure that like, you really like prep yourself or give yourself the best odds biologically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think every time we think about like ideal situations, we
Yeah.
forget that it's ideal.
Yeah.
Like in an ideal world,
Yeah.
I mean, I also say I wanted to get married by 25, my first kid by 30. I'm like 30 in 2 years and I'm not even ready to move to my final destination yet. Like eventually I want to move to the US. Like there's so much that obviously what could have been, but realistically we wouldn't be where we are today at this point in realization,
Yeah.
in your mental space.
Yeah.
Like without all the sequence of events, it's good to think back and be like, okay lah, this is where I want to be. But I think ideal situations are just that. They are ideal, but they're hypothetical. And
Give space for reality to kick in.
Yeah.
You got to do that, right? So yeah, it is at the back of my head. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm okay if I'm single forever. I'm like, I mean, at some point I may feel lonely, but now not yet. So I'm really fully embracing it. I don't want to keep worrying about the future and not being able to enjoy this current present time, this season that I'm in, there's no point, right?
Yeah.
Because Maggie is recently single while I've been single for quite some time. So I do think that my want or the need for a relationship is larger.
Definitely.
But not because I feel like I need to be dependent on someone else. But going back to your point about whether friends and family say things, right? I think recently my aunt did mention, so, Yun Qian my Yun Qian, okay.
That's you.
Cute.
In case you all don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
No boyfriend, you know? Like when you're getting married, I just replied her that it's very hard to find a good partner these days. And then she, surprisingly, my mom and my aunt both said that, just take your time. You you should marry the right
So
person than
good.
to marry wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe because they got learning lessons. That's why they.
Is it they on TikTok also?
My mother doing this. Just kidding.
She whoa.
Yeah, but I think for my friends, right, one thing that I notice is that whenever we meet and have gatherings, sometimes my friends will start off the conversation with, you dating or not? You seeing anyone?
I am that friend. I am a serial like matchmaker.
Can
like,
I give you an alternate
Opening,
opening line? Are you happy?
yeah,
How are you
Oh my
doing?
gosh, I saw her IG reel.
Yeah, I saw that also. I was like, wise.
Yeah, because why is my identity tied to someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you're just not in the mood to talk about your dating life.
Yeah.
Like maybe something just recently ended, right? And then you bringing up that sad story.
Or like just bringing up the fact that about relationship can trigger
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah.
Right?
So the day I was thinking about it, like, actually, why I always ask people, is I think
You
it's
go
also.
reflect first.
No, I reflected already.
Okay,
So
come.
what's your answer?
It's also because, like, I think as someone who is so like attached, right, or in a relationship, right, I just curious, like, what like this
Dating is
other
like
side
now.
of the world is like lah. Like, I don't need to go and like, oh, I want to date for myself, but then I'm just like curious, oh, what is the dating pool like now? What are the experiences that single people are having and things like that? Question part.
Oh, yo.
Wow, stress,
Why?
stress.
How important is your partner's dating history to you?
Ooh.
Ooh, this is good.
I think it's important to me. I need to know what kind of person he was before he is with me now. Or
How many relationships? How they break up?
Yeah. Why you
Body
break up?
count.
Important. Why you break up? You
Yeah.
cheated? Who cheated?
Cheated before, body count important. In a romantic relationship, do you think opposites attract? For me, yes. I always attract the,
Opposite
What's
of you.
opposite of Q? I'm trying to think.
I think more introverted men.
Oh, it's the best. Loud girl plus
Yeah.
quiet boy.
They see like
Yeah.
your relationship,
Yeah.
Joey.
Yeah.
Love.
I think I should end up with a quiet boy. Quiet boys.
Hit me up.
Whisper to her, whisper.
Yeah.
We supposed to nothing. Just kidding.
From Sengkang to KL, wherever you're at.
Who is someone you admire? Sarah Wee.
Oh.
Stand-up woman. Superwoman.
Give context.
I will check her out.
She's everything. Multifaceted. Everything.
She's a musician and fits
Fitspo
pole.
also, yeah.
She fits pole lah, music spo lah, like house also very nice. Got
House
cats,
spo.
very good with cats.
Cat's pool.
Yeah, everything.
What makes your partner a keeper? I think she put up with me.
Huh?
She put up with me.
I get it now.
What here?
Something different.
But that doesn't make sense, what?
with me.
But that doesn't make sense,
It
what?
makes sense.
It makes sense. Pull out together lah. Continue.
You cannot. Only one person pull out.
No, can concurrently like 1, 2, 3.
Okay. What makes your partner a keeper? The fact that she puts up with me. As they can attest, not easy.
A lot to put up with lah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just met you guys today, and you sound like a decent guy.
Hey, that's what all our guests say. But
He's really a great guy, but we just like messing with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Cause he can handle it lah.
okay, I think if in your friend group all of you are single, then actually
yeah.
quite fun, right? Everybody
Yeah.
like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I went out with this guy, that kind of thing.
Or you go drinks at night together.
Yeah, and then like some guy buy like someone a drink, like quite fun, that kind of thing. But
when
then
you're the only one.
when you're the only one, right? How does that make you feel? And what are certain scenarios where like you may not have been happy with, or you think that actually okay?
You know, I've got a friend. Shout out Nat, my really, really good friend. You know, she was single for like 3 years before she met her current one. She's older than me. So she was also in her early 30s. And I just saw the way she took charge of her single life. It inspired me so much. She's like, it's all right. The right one will come. And currently she's in a very happy relationship. And if she really took her time, she didn't rush. She wasn't even on dating apps at all. I saw how she was so steadfast and she really trusted the process.
But for you right now, like what you mentioned, you're the only single one. Then how
Yeah.
do you feel about it? Has that affected you in any way?
You know what? I don't feel left out. In fact, my friends would include me in all the activities and like all outings. Like they make me feel included.
On the flip side, I think for me, sometimes I do get a little bit sad because especially with some friend groups where everyone is attached, right?
Yeah.
And then when we have like New
Gathering.
Year's Eve gathering,
Yeah.
they all kissing their partner at New Year's Eve. I like,
You see, I haven't reached there yet. So I will be experiencing a lot of big holidays as a single person. A lot of new experiences.
yeah. I hope you feel self-assured and like happy at
I
that
booked
moment.
myself a New Year's Eve countdown because I don't want to
Go.
celebrate on
Yeah,
my
go.
own. No, I'm hosting it, so don't need. I'm working. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Maggie, you mentioned that your doors are shut, closed, right?
Yeah.
Is there something that happened or maybe a realization that you had to lead you to this state where you're not pressured to find love or find someone?
So for the longest time, I was always jumping into relationships, flings, and like situationships, and then relationships all over again. I was never really truly single. So now that I'm finally at this stage of my life, you've got more autonomy of your own life. Like my career is finally a place where I want it to be. Like I have so many things to celebrate. Relationship really isn't my priority right now. In fact, I thought about it the other day. I just had this reflection. I was looking at my schedule. Praise the Lord. I'm Christian, sorry. Thank you, JC.
We make
Like,
space. Oh,
JC.
JC.
Thank you, JC, for blessing me with all these opportunities. Like, like I'm looking at my schedule. I'm like, you know what? Even if I want to date, I don't have the time. So it's really happening at the right time for me. So I'm extremely blessed. But again, how long will this last? I really don't know. In fact, I guess you guys are picking me up on this hot pot at the peak of my happiness, my joyful season.
Very timely, very timely.
Yeah,
Long may
really.
it continue.
wow.
Like for as long as you want.
I suddenly saw
Continue,
him like with a chalice and like metal armor. Then he begin like, wow. I feel like I can see.
Like the Thor father.
But it's great that you have all this fulfillment in other aspects. I
Yeah.
mean, the fact that you're so happy, that means that everything else is adding value to your life.
You know what I'm also excited about? Because I'm finally here right now, a person that I've never been before. I wonder what kind of people I'll attract this time. Do you know what I mean? Like, for the longest time, I kept attracting the wrong people because it's true. I was not even filling my own cup. I was just trying to drink from people's cup or whatever. Never focusing on myself. And now that I finally am for this past couple of months, I want it to last. And hopefully that will really bring me to a different route in life.
Is the
my
dating
God.
pool in your 30s smaller?
Definitely. Let's not lie. I just went to a wedding the other day. Goodness, everybody's married.
Would
Like,
you date younger? Cause dating pool now in 30s smaller, right? So maybe you need
a
to.
lot of my friends who are in their early 30s are dating people in their late 20s, like 20s.
Wow.
So I think one thing that we have here, right?
Yeah.
It says young men generally don't want to date older women, and older women don't want to date younger men.
Really? No
Wow.
leh.
I have only ever dated older women.
Wait, your
No, like,
got-
now she 1 year older lah. Even when I was younger, right? People ask me like, what is my
the max you would go
what's the
for,
max you'll
yeah.
go, right? I think like I can go 10 years. When I was 22, I would have definitely like been okay with dating a 32-year-old.
But 22 date 40 a bit much, right?
40 a bit much. I
Yeah.
feel like she's a bit too wise for me.
Then
Like-
you feel inferior, is it?
Yeah.
Like
So you're
later
sugar
she spit
baby
some
now.
facts, then you're like, huh?
No, like
what
the
does
life
that mean?
experience cannot lah.
What
Like,
means
you know,
mummy?
like go from the tete vibes to the mummy vibes, you know.
Okay, wait.
Would you date someone younger?
I've dated someone younger, but 1 year younger. And my oldest is like almost a decade older.
Same.
Youngest, what's the like
Right now,
max you
Maggie.
go?
Right now,
Youngest.
ayo, 28 still can about.
28 is the
25
max.
cannot.
You cannot.
Okay.
I really don't think they have matured enough. They have really seen life enough. I was 25. I know where that is. So I really don't want to
Yeah.
go back and waste my time. If I were to date again, I really want to date to get married.
Yes.
And 25, I don't
They
think
not
marriage.
ready lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no lah. I'm not.
They're still
I'm over
figuring
that.
themselves out.
Like, go live your life, okay? Have fun.
Just now, Maggie, you mentioned about attending weddings, right? So how does it feel like to be single and attending a wedding? I feel like most of us will definitely be very, very happy for our friends, the couple, right? But then, is there a little bit of like bitterness? Not bitterness towards the couple, but bitterness for the state that you're in, maybe.
Yeah, like, I wish, when will it be my turn?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
wish that was
definitely
me.
a little bit of that. But I would say the joy outweighs. again, like currently I'm in this good space, right? Good headspace. But I'm sure when I'm not feeling so great, that thought will come to mind. Like, why is it not me? Why is it always not me? Right? Why do I always meet the wrong people? Like all these kind of thoughts does ruminate my mind, but comes and goes lah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Agree.
yeah.
You go wedding got sad, not?
There were some weddings where I felt a little bit of sadness. One was because it was so recent.
I mean the breakup was recent, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it hit me that I will never have that. I mean, I didn't really believe that I'll never have that, but it just came to my mind.
It just seems so far-fetched in
Yeah.
that moment,
Okay.
right?
Like, it's not near anymore. And then maybe in the recent years, not so much anymore, but I do always feel like, I wish that was me, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, we've talked a lot about like how, being single in your 30s, sometimes there's a lot of pressure that you're facing and things like that. But on the flip side, right, I'm always curious, are there any benefits to being single in your 30s?
It's so fun being single now because I really don't need to rely. Last time you need to move in with your boyfriend to save on rent because you can't really pay for it. Because it's true, like in your early 30s or like late 20s, that's when you start really earning and start owning your space in your own career, right? You don't have that when you're 21. You're trying. In 20s, it's all about trying. 30 is really depends on the work that you put in your 20s, right? So I feel like I've put in quite a lot of work in my late 20s to be able to really enjoy right now. So I do have her to thank. Yeah.
So actually, it's quite interesting that like you mentioned that because it means that, right, in your early 20s, you aren't able to really be fully independent because of things like financial reasons and stuff like that.
Correct.
Then that means that the people who have been in relationships throughout and have never been single might not have had that opportunity to be truly independent. So that might be
Right.
like an experience that we are missing out on also. Yeah, so that's a benefit lah of being single in your 30s.
In some ways, you can call it a benefit. I do have a really dear friend of mine who's married to her high school sweetheart. And they now have a child together. Has she really fully been single and experiencing what I do now? Not really, actually. That's why sometimes she call me, she's like, yo, I'm so jealous. I wish I can do what you do. I can just travel the world. Like solo trips, she cannot. She has to think of the child, think of the husband, make arrangements. So I think that is something I'm not going to take for granted.
Yeah, I mean, I have some friends who actually mentioned that too. Like, Q, how is it like to be single? Like, dating fun or not? You know, like you get to meet different people and kind of
That's
filter out
true.
what you truly want,
Yeah.
as compared to someone who settled down with their high school sweetheart, for example.
Yes.
I mean, I mentioned before that like sometimes being single can be quite like boring because there's no one else to share your life with at night, for example. Like you want to talk to them, but then I think there were a bunch of moments also where I'm like, I'm glad that I'm alone, doing my own thing, like booking a trip.
Yeah.
Actually, all this talk about being single, right, has made me think about what it was like younger and being around married people. Because a lot of my friends are older, so they were already married. And whenever I'm in the car and I just see them, like, you know, do couple things like, hey, need to buy eggs, don't forget. Then in my head, I'm like,
To buy eggs.
I'm like, I also want to buy eggs with somebody or like bread or, you know, like, just like, hey, do you forget to do, oh, no, I did already. Then like, okay. Then sometimes the random, like, you know, he put his hand, I'm like,
No, there's this.
yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I do for you. Come.
Yeah. Like, even though you are part of the group, you witness that bond and you're
Yeah.
like, damn, I really want that.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling that. But then also reminding myself, but I'm so happy also. I can go and do whatever I want. I can like 翘脚 like this, like no one's gonna tell me
不要穿裤子
otherwise.
啊
Yeah, messy tomorrow I clean, who's gonna scold me, right? You know, like, right? It's like dishes in the sink 3 days. You don't come my house, nobody see what. Like,
Yeah.
there's obviously pros and cons, and
Yeah.
I definitely, now that I think about it and what y'all say, like the pool gets smaller. That's something I think I never thought of.
The pool is smaller, but the right one will find you. Lah.
Yeah.
It's okay, lah.
Manifesting
You
that.
don't need so many people anyway. You need one person.
The pool is smaller so that it's easier for you to find the right one.
Yes.
You see, it's perspective.
Oh my
Yes.
god, drinks.
Jinx.
Manifesting
Yeah,
for us to meet
correct.
people organically.
Yes, I will check in with you in a few months.
Oh,
Yes.
next year.
Because
Next year.
yeah, your door open, right? My door closed for now. For the rest
Maybe
of the
next year your door open already.
Maybe open my window.
It's slightly ajar.
A jar.
Have you guys heard of this theory? They say that for men, it's not about who it is. They say when they're ready to get married, they'll just marry the next person that comes along that kind of fits the bill. Like it could have been you, but he wasn't ready, so it was never gonna happen. Like
You
it
know-
could have been the love of his life.
The whole thing about your boyfriend when they're with you, they are like the worst, but then the next person they treat them completely differently. Oh my god. So then you were doing the difficult work for the next girl. What?
I'm the maker of it. Please understand. You look under the leg of my name there. I'm the maker.
Andy, instead of Andy, is Joey.
Yeah. You have it like, wow.
No, but I think like it's true lah. Like I feel like when I look at my previous relationship, it was quite a bad relationship.
Turbulent.
So, like coming into my current relationship, then I was very like, cannot make those same mistakes. So I tried to be a better person.
I feel like I was the guinea pig for my last relationship.
Are you?
You know that kind of thing, like lessons learned.
You're just there to help him learn lah.
Make him a better person for
I
someone
also
else.
learned to be better.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Same here.
So we talked a lot about being single. Questions that might actually be a bit intrusive. What would you say are things that people should just maybe not bring up around single folk? Yeah.
Come educate us.
Honestly, I think the first thing and the only thing for me is to not always center the conversation around their dating life. I mean, sometimes I do like a check-in, but not every single time we meet. Like, imagine every 2 weeks we meet, right? Then you ask me, how's my dating life? Not much
you mean
changes.
ask about your dating life?
Yes, ask about my dating life. Like, not much has changed. So sometimes being too fixated on my singleness can be quite...
Grating.
Anything else that you feel?
Maybe like, but when do you want to get married? But like, I don't even have a partner. You want me to think about marriage? Like, no, not really in the question lah. Like, frequently asked question really is, are you seeing anyone? Like, can be a week after breakup, are you seeing anyone? Oh my god, relax, guys.
But I realize it could be the tone also. Like if someone says like, "How you not scared, man? Like your ex," or if you say that, actually, like, are you worried about your ex? Because I'm also like, you know, I think it's about tone when you're asking, but better if they cannot change it within like 5 seconds, then in general just don't lah.
Yeah.
But I feel like read the room. If a person is newly single, don't have to ask this sort of questions. But if it's been a while, it's really the way you deliver it. It's true.
Yeah.
Because if they really sit me down and like, actually, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, I'm sorry if you are, or like, just want to know, are you happy? Like, are you really looking?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be offended really. Like, I was like, oh yeah, then I
Must
will
be
continue.
natural lah.
Yeah, be smooth a bit lah.
So like the way you go about it is, any new hobbies? Then the person say, they started going bouldering. Then you
with
ask,
who?
any cute guys or not?
You're talking about me, ah?
Really,
we
go
recently
bouldering.
go bouldering,
Oh,
what?
okay.
Oh, I have a friend who loves bouldering.
Guy?
In KL, yeah.
Oh, LDR. Just kidding.
Good guy.
No, but I think something that I appreciate more is not being asked, are you single, but more like, I have a friend. You want to go on a, like, you want to go and meet someone, or like, do you want to join me for, I don't know, bouldering, for example, or like to a gym, for example. And then I think it's more like, okay, I'll go to that experience, have fun. The secondary thing is to meet new people.
Yeah.
It's not like the main focus, like, I'm going to matchmake you right now, you know?
Actually, I think proximity is also very important. Like as the asker, like, are you asking because you are close to the person and you want to know? Or are you just kaypoh and you want more taps on people, or you want to gossip?
Because for me, it's been the latter lately. They just want to know, why are you single?
Yeah.
Actually, what
They want the
happened?
tea,
They just
yeah.
want the tea, and I can sense it.
Don't give them the tea.
I'm not give tea, I give water.
Okay, so to wrap this up, we just want to say that, you know, wherever you are in your life, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. It doesn't mean that being single means you are missing out, or that you are lonely or empty inside. And we hope that, you know, after this, you can be a little bit more mindful of the conversations that you're starting with people around you, and just include everyone just because you like them. Don't need to ask also make questions, huh?
Yeah. So thank you for joining us on this episode of The Hot Pot. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Me Listen as well.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
And of course, thank you, Maggie, for being here today. Good vibes. Love
Thank
the
you
conversation.
for
On the
having
best
me.
vibes.
Thank you. I really enjoyed our conversation.
I hope we didn't drain you.
Not at all. I love, in fact, I'm the kind of person who is fueled by good conversations.
Wow.
No,
Means
really.
We need to do a part 2 already.
It gives
Stay
me
tuned.
energy.
Okay, so we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Actually, can I ask what's your manjan? Okay, do you know manjan?
Yeah.
Manjan
Yeah.
name for your other half?
I call him Gigi.
Don't you call your vagina Gigi?
Hey.
That's what you said in the other episode.
Duality.
So it's both
Duality.
also Gigi.
Both also can be Gigi.
What is Gigi? What is Gigi?
No, okay, you know how names evolve? I say before, like Charlie, then I call him like Cha-Cha, don't like. Then Charlie ma, so become Chi. Then sometimes I call him Chi, sometimes I call him Chi-Chi. Sometimes I call him Chachi.
Not him being the same as your vagina. That's weird. But hey,
He visits so often. His visitor pass.
Okay, Gigi, accepted.